This is Michelle with Fun in Key West. Welcome back to another Wondering Wednesday episode. And like what I normally do at the beginning of every month, I like to tell you guys what's happening in Key West for that month. And welcome to March 2025. And I just realized that I have not updated the website calendar of events. And so that's on me. I will make sure that is updated later today so that you guys, if you want to check on other things that are happening within Key West, that will be all updated. But let's dive into some of the things happening in March. Now, first, we're coming to the tail end of snowbird season. And the crowds are going to be a little less, but we have St. Patrick's Day in March. And you know, Key West is the place to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And I can't even begin to tell you how much fun Key West is for St. Patrick's Day. Have you been into Key West for St. Patrick's Day? I hope you have, because there's all kinds of events. But what we're looking at is the ideas of things that you can expect in March. And of course, I am trying to scroll down through and find my thing. But let's first off dive into what is happening. It is looking at, if you're into literature, be sure to check out the Key West Library. It's a public library, it's a great thing, but they also have a library speaker series. And that's usually on Mondays at 6 o'clock, and there'll be a link in the calendar there. But they bring in various speakers. So if that is something that you're interested in, be sure to check that out. I love the Red Barn Theater. It's behind the Women's Club there on Duval, and just a great theater, great experience that you can have there. They are running through the end of the month, well, through March 29th. Brooklyn Laundry. It's a play about three sisters and a guy who runs a Brooklyn laundry. Sounds pretty interesting, huh? Let's see, today and tomorrow, March 5th and 6th, the Studios of Key West is doing the Over the Rhine in concert. So they're going to have a concert series running on that. The Tropic Cinema, one of my favorite places to go, especially on a rainy day, is holding a women's film festival every Wednesday in March, starting today and through the end of the month. So March is Women's History Month, and the Key West chapter of the National Organization for Women is hosting the 5th Annual Women's Film Festival, and that's at 6 o'clock. So be sure to check those out. Of course, Tennessee Williams Festival is in March, and a streetcar named Desire will be screened on March 6th, if that's something that you're interested in. There is a classical concert series that runs at the Tropic Cinema, and that's on March 6th, and that is going to be Bach and Friends. Be sure to check that out. Also on March 6th, Studios of Key West is doing their first Thursday open house. And during the first Thursdays, it's where you can come in, you can see the art, you can have conversations, and the community gets to engage at what's happening after hours at the Studios of Key West. You get to wander around the studios. You can then sip on drinks at the top at Hughes Rooftop Terrace and just check out what all these wonderful Key West artists are doing. If this is your vibe, I'm telling you, you have to try this. And if you can't make it happen, go watch this. On March 8th is the Conch Shell Blowing Contest. Yep, you heard me right. There is a Conch Shell Blowing Contest. It's a unique contest. I'm only in Florida Keys, right? Only in Key West would you see this. And it's at the garden at the oldest house. And that takes place, I think, at 10 a.m. Registration starts. If you have not checked out the Key West Tropical Forest and Botanical Garden, go head over there. It's peaceful. It's a great place to check out the flora and the fauna of the Florida Keys. And it just gives you a different perspective of the island and all the wonderful greenery that the island offers. But they are offering a garden fest on March 8th. And so you get to explore this living museum and wander through. And they'll have all kinds of tours and things happening over there. Brett Young is coming to Coffee Butler Amphitheater on March 8th, so be sure to check him out. Tropic Cinema, again, like I said before, great place to hang out, but they do a lot of events now. They do the movies Under the Stars. And so March 8th, that movie Under the Stars will be Freaky Friday. So bring your chair, a blanket. The concessions are going to be available through the theater. And so you'll be able to go in and get that. Key West Theater is offering a night of Nelsons. So, of course, Matthew and Gunnar Nelson, you remember them. They're going to be coming in and doing a concert there at the Key West Theater. The Impromptu Classical Concert Series continues on March 9th. And so they'll be at St. Paul's on Duval Street on March 9th. If you are traveling with young ones or you just love animals, the Sheriff's Animal Farm has an open house a couple times a month. And their first one is going to be on March 9th. You can see opossums, sloths, goats, birds, and so much more. Of course, throughout March and up and down the Keys, there's multiple fishing tournaments. So if you're wanting to come in to the Keys and be part of a fishing tournament, be sure to check out the dates and what kind of fishing tournaments they are, and so you can sign up. March 11th and 12th, the Studios of Key West is going to also have another concert. The Ellis Paul and Lorgovik are going to be in concert, and I know I messed that up. But it's blues and classical all together, and it sounds like a lot of fun. Another place that you need to check out if you absolutely love theater is the French Theater, and they're doing Kaleidoscope on March 12th through the 14th. So be able to go check that out. Studios of Key West is very active this month. On March 13th, they're doing a Haydn to Hendrix classical crossover, and they're going to be showing music and how it all interacts, and there's all kinds of crossover stuff. The Tennessee Williams Festival continues on March 13th with a happy hour with the historian. You can go in. The Key West Art and Historical Site Society is hosting an event where you can go in and talk about Tennessee Williams' love for and his home in Key West. And that will be over on Whitehead Street. Key West Outdoor Movies presents a family-friendly fun, and I haven't named it yet, at the parade grounds at the Fort East Martello, and that's going to be on March 14th. So if you are traveling with young ones for spring break, consider that. Animal lovers can rejoice because the Florida Keys Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals is hosting a spring social on March 14th. It's a great fundraiser for a great cause. I talk about all the historical homes all of the time, and Old Island Restoration Foundation is running their March home tours, and that's March 14th and 15th. Be sure to get your tickets. They're available online. I'll have a link for all of that. If you love the paranormal and the interesting things that occur in Key West, be sure to check out Robert the Doll Paranormal Weekend. That is March 14th through the 16th. And there's all kinds of events happening around Robert the Doll. March 15th, the South Florida Symphony will be in with Mozart's Requiem. And if that is something you love, be sure to put that on your calendar. March 15th, the Key West Theater is hosting The Journey, a St. Patrick's Day celebration. It's a night of music, culture, and Irish spirit as renowned Irish vocalist Suzanne Moore and a talented lineup of local singers and world-class international musicians bring the heart of Ireland to the stage in St. Patrick's Day concert. Sounds like a lot of fun, huh? As we move forward through the month, March 18th, Tennessee Williams Festival continues. It's a trolley tour named Desire. So you can join the Tennessee Williams Museum curator, Dennis Beaver, on board Key West version of a streetcar for a trolley tour of places in Key West associated with Tennessee Williams. If you are a literary fan, Tennessee Williams fan, this is the thing that you need to go do. March 18th and 19th, Beth Chapman will be in concert at the Studios of Key West. March 20th is the Walk on White Third Thursday Art Walk. So the third Thursday of the month, you get to walk through, there's about 20-ish locations that they offer, and you'll see works of painters and photographers and sculptors and all kinds of mixed media artists. And you'll be able to go along the walk and experience just a fabulous assortment of inspiration, talk to these artists, pick up a few things, do some early Christmas shopping. How's that sound? The Latin Festival starts in Key West on March 22nd and runs to the 23rd, and that's over at Bayview Park. The Impromptu Classical Concert will hold another one on March 23rd. This is a great event, which is on March 24th, Taste of Key West. So you have restaurants and food vendors from the lower Keys and Key West, and they show off all of their culinary talents. And foodies can stroll and sample edible and delectable drinks and plates and all kinds of yummy stuff. And you can get your ticket for that. Admission is free, and it's over at the Gates of Truman Waterfront, and you'll be able to check that out. Of course, the food wouldn't be free, but you can go check that out. I think they also do offer VIP options. There is a birthday party on March 26th to celebrate Tennessee Williams. It's the 114th anniversary of Tennessee Williams' birth, and you can check that out over at the museum. If you have not been to the Tennessee Williams Museum, you should go check that out. It covers the span of all of his life, obviously, because it's a museum about him. But you can see all kinds of ways that he created the screenplays versus the plays and the inspirations that he had. It's just a great place. The Waterfront Playhouse, which is another theater in town. See, there's 3 theaters in town. Great location for theater lovers. The Waterfront Playhouse on March 27th through the 29th is running a distant country called Youth. And the Key West Theater is hosting Keith Sykes on March 28th. Here's one of my favorite things. In March, you have the Navy demonstrators, the Blue Angels. They come in and they fly and over Key West. You've seen all kinds of videos about this. They will be in Key West doing a air show March 29th through 30th. So if you are an aviation buff or just love the Blue Angels, that you mark your calendar. Come on down. And then last but not least, on March 30th, Schooner Wharf Bar is hosting the Wreckers Cup race. It's the 40th annual this year. That's a lot, I know. And I will update, I promise I will update the website with all of this information, plus a lot more stuff out there. That includes stuff in the middle and upper Keys, because as we talk about, sometimes you drive into Key West and there's stuff happening and you want to head out. That is a brief overview of what is happening in Key West in March. Be sure to check out some specific things that interest you. If it's theater, music, St. Patrick's Day, all of that. It's happening in Key West in March. The weather obviously is going to be awesome because it's Key West and it's March. There's not a whole lot of rain. You're not in the hurricane season. And like I said, snowbird season's starting to leave, so the crowds will be a little lighter. We talk about this as well. You might have to gauge when spring break is. It depends on school, seasons, all of that. But just check it out. One week may be less expensive than other weeks because of demand. I have all kinds of information over at FunInKeyWest.com. Get over there, sign up for the happy hour list. That gets you on our newsletter. Oh, and by the way, we have launched a book club. Yes, for those of you who know everything that you want to know about Key West, but just get lost in books all about the Florida Keys and Key West, be sure to sign up for our book club. There are a lot of cool things that are going to be happening in that book club, and the only way that you will know about it is by signing up for the book club. There's a link over at FunInKeyWest.com. I am Michele. It is another episode of a Wandering Wednesday or Wondering Wednesday. It was a wonder, so wonder what's going on. I gave you a rundown of March. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.